Why they keep on hating on me, dog? I don't know, no. Why they keep on hating on me, dog? I don't know, no. Why they keep on hating on me, dog? I don't know, no. Why they keep on hating on me, dog? I don't know.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, 2901 Productions and 48 Media proudly presents to you another round of Ab-So-Lute. I am Marlon Copeland.
What's happening, Mr. Man Eric?
Howdy, Eric.
Man, why is this shit so damn loud every week? And just when I think I got the levels figured out, this shit just seemed like it's extra loud with that music intro. Well, over the microphone anyway. I be wanting that shit to peak too much, but then have to turn it down later. What's going on with you though, man?
Nothing much, brother. Just trying to survive.
Shit, I know that's right. I called my daughter to school this morning because I took her to a father-daughter dance last week, and there was a photographer there taking pictures, and he was like, yeah, we'll have the pictures back up to the school no later than Wednesday.
Right.
Wednesday then came and went of last week. Well, a week before last I took her. Last week they were supposed to get the pictures back. I called today, like, where these pictures at? Your photographer said they're going to have the pictures back up at the school. She was like, oh, okay. They said that they'll be delivered today. So I ain't seen no pictures yet. So I'm waiting to hear back from my daughter's mom to see if she got the pictures or if they delivered them like after school. I don't know.
Black
but they last day of school tomorrow. I'm like, where my goddamn $30 pictures at?
I don't know. If it's a black photographer, you might get them Pony Express.
Oh, well, I got his number and I got his email. I already emailed him once. He ain't hit me back, so I'll find out where his ass at.
These pictures about to start a beef.
He don't even know. Speaking of beef,
what's beef? Beef is when I can't remember the rest of it.
And I done heard it so many times today, but I ain't even hear the Biggie version because what was it? QD3 or whatever it was that made those beef compilations.
Who?
DVDs. It was a Quincy Jones production.
Quincy Jones?
Mm-hmm. It was like QD3 something like that. But yeah, they had a version of that song throughout the DVDs, but it wasn't the Biggie version. Like one version was Lil Flip, another version was some artist. I'm pretty sure it's a significant artist. I just can't remember who it was, but
Lil Flip.
Yeah, like they even had a video of him like rapping it in the studio, like in a booth or whatever. But
I'm not sure if I would want to hear Lil Flip.
What's beef? I don't know, man. It wasn't horrible, but
I mean, Lil Flip was a solid rapper.
Nigga rig.
Yeah, you got to.
I should have just brought the little damn phone tripod down, but your phone's so goddamn big. Knock the tripod off.
But yeah, like Lil Flip was he was just like a moderately above average rapper to me. No disrespect though, he had success.
Speaking of Lil Flip,
okay,
the beef with him and T.I. You said earlier, like we was debating this. Well, not really debating, but just discussing it earlier. You said, how can Lil Flip come to Atlanta?
Correct.
Like, how can a guy come to your city and disrespect you on a public platform and get away with it?
Oh Lord,
right?
You want me? I don't want no problems with
no. It wasn't
man.
that, because when you initially brought it up, I didn't remember until watching the DVDs that he was locked up.
It don't matter.
He was locked up.
I remember that he was locked up
when, apparently the story goes, when he was on stage and he was saying, who's the king of the South?
Correct.
The crowd was saying T.I.
Right.
So,
and he said, y'all can tell that nigga. I said, game over.
So after that, when he did get out of jail,
right,
he addressed it on a public platform. So there's no I don't really see the. I mean, who was supposed to do something?
Look, I'm sure T.I. got underbosses or like, especially at that time. And I'm just saying.
I mean, but really, what kind of backlash can you? Because he ain't put his hands on nobody in his family. Like, I mean, the crowd could just like not participate in the song. I mean, they ain't gonna walk out.
Even hell no, they pay their hard earned
Right.
money. They come to see that. My thing, what I'm saying is, it's not that I'm saying that. I okay, like in 2019, let's just say at Birthday Bash. Now, if what's that motherfucking name? What's the little ugly boy name?
Which one?
The one that won't Laura London.
Kodak
Black. If Kodak Black came to Birthday Bash in 2019 and started making fun of T.I. and putting pictures and shit up of T.I. right now, you think that gonna happen?
No, cause T.I. ain't locked up.
It ain't even T.I. can be in jail for life, and it wouldn't happen now because the city, as far as hip hop is concerned, I really do think the city is his now. Back then, I think he was still trying to fight for that title.
I don't think it was so much the title, because nobody in Atlanta was disputing that. I mean, because it's just like, as an artist, when you come out and say you the king of anything, you the best rapper alive, you supposed to feel that way about
You are
yourself,
supposed to
correct?
feel that way. You should.
So how can people get mad because you want that title? Like, you can say whatever you want to say, but after that you have to show and prove.
And he did.
Earn it. Right.
He did. Respect.
So that's just like Jacquees saying he the king of R&B. You can say that all day, but until you show and prove and like come out with the numbers, the album sales,
Which he won't.
Then right. So that's why when everybody was getting all up in arms and all butthurt about him saying it, I was just like, what's the problem?
Well, I think that to say it is kind of comes off
prematurely say it.
The prematurely say it comes off as sacrilegious. I think maybe like it comes off as if like you. Yeah, like you just you it's like you trying to run before you can even walk, and you're still crawling. That's the way I look at it. I'm not saying that's right or wrong, because I feel like if you go back to 2000 and hell, you can go back to when it big that 97. You go back to 2000. At what's that? They had Summer Jam up in New York. Mm-hmm. There's no way. Even if Jay-Z was locked up or whatever, there's no way nobody's putting up any pictures of him with his face on a camel body, or talking about him or anything like that. It's just not happening. It's just not.
Well, isn't Summer Jam like hosted by like New York, like the New York elite?
Birthday Bash is hosted by Atlanta what do you call it? Event promoters.
Not event promoters. I'm talking about like the DJs. Like, because
it's Atlanta DJs too, ain't it?
I don't know.
I think it is.
All right, because with Summer Jam, your DJ is gonna be like from the city. I guarantee.
Of course.
Unless your set has like all of your people like doing your lights and whatever is on the screen.
Right.
Like, now, if you got that going on, then of course you're gonna put whatever you want to put up there. But I don't think anybody would be bold enough to put Jay-Z coming down out the Raptors in that. What video was that? with Jazzo? Ain't nobody putting that shit on the Summer Jam screen if they got beef with Jay-Z.
I wonder, does Jay like
like, not today. Like, back then when he first came out, I could see somebody doing it.
Yeah, but to be honest with you, if I'm not mistaken, that video came out like in '89.
Hey, it's all game.
It is. I'm just saying. I don't think that Summer Jam is hosted by Hot 97. So that means it is
Yeah,
a
New
New
York
York base.
DJ,
It's
yeah.
New York based. So, but my point is,
Rashad and Hip Hop Music Encyclopedia joining us on Facebook Live.
I just simply believe that you're never. T.I. wasn't established enough at the time. He was a really good rapper, but he wasn't established as an elite status artist at the time, if I'm saying that correctly, because there's no way Lil Flip can come to his city and put those videos and those images up of him and then tell that motherfucker I said game over. It wouldn't have happened. It's not supposed to happen.
Bro, people can get away with anything. if you can get shot at in your own city by niggas that's in your city,
This is true.
you can do anything. I mean, so I just don't see it as that just say that you bold.
Okay, that's just like this is like another reason why I feel like Big Boy is not even respected like he should be. At the Super Bowl halftime performance, motherfuckers was silent. It's Big Boy. Show him some goddamn respect.
But they want an outcast.
Nobody give a fuck what they want. It's Big Boy.
But they want an outcast.
Well, Dre at home. My nigga went to do a little acting. I'm just saying it's not right, man.
And then you gotta remember, it was like everybody was like pretty much protesting, like trying to protest the Super Bowl or football, and motherfuckers probably butt hurting the damn stands and shit. Like Atlanta crowds aren't the most exciting crowds to perform for. Man.
Very true. This
so
is very
it's
true.
like, what can you really expect?
I think the reason why it's hard to be it is we don't have a fan base. Like what I mean, because we're a hodgepodge, we're a melting pot of people. But all it takes, I don't give a fuck where you from, whether it's in sports, whether it's in music, in entertainment. If you get that one transcending person that's from the city or whatever, they're gonna fucking get the city behind them. Like, and a perfect example of that is like in sports, Michael Jordan. Chicago was nothing in the 80s. No disrespect, you know what I mean. It was a football town, and
I was just born, so
it was Chicago was a football town. It did not have a big media outlet. It was just a fucking place. 1984, they draft Michael Jordan. He's from Wilmington, North Carolina. He goes there. He wins. He's considered the greatest. Now Chicago's like in the top 10 in media. It's it grew a lot with businesses and things like that. I mean, I know motherfuckers getting killed up there, but I'm just saying it's a place where it grew so much just due to one person going there and transcending the city. Same thing can happen here.
I guess. That's sports.
T.I. got disrespected in his city at that time.
Who doesn't though?
I don't see nobody disrespecting Jay-Z. I mean, other artists do within the city, but you don't come in his city disrespecting him. Who disrespected Jay that's not from New York in New York?
I don't know. We ain't had
Almanac
social media back then.
Almanac.
So unless it was posted on social media, you don't know who disrespecting who.
That's true.
So niggas can say whatever they want to say in your face, but I mean behind closed doors. But as soon as they see you, it ain't always that same energy.
I mean, okay, Pusha T. He goes up to Canada. He performs what's the name of that song? My all-time favorite diss song of all time. Adidon. He
But
performed.
Drake went to Philly and performed back to back.
Okay. Now, I'm gonna get to that in a second. But what's his name goes up there and performs on the story of Adidon, and they throw shit at him. They was fucking him up and they ran him off stage.
It's Canada. It's a whole different breed, I guess.
But I'm just saying they respect.
Real bacon.
You stupid.
You can't even carry guns in Canada, bro.
Well, they was throwing beer at his ass and hitting his ass with cans. You ever seen that video?
Dude, you ever see like? Nah, I haven't seen that video, but I have heard that because you can't carry a gun in Canada, I think this is Canada. It might be Canada or it might be it might be UK. I'm thinking about.
I think it's
like
UK.
They have like instead of guns and videos, they have hangers. That shit is hilarious.
Hangers?
Hangers, like plastic hangers.
So they do like put welts on you and shit.
I'm pretty sure they ain't hitting motherfuckers with them, but it's like in replacement of a firearm.
I'm gonna hang your ass.
But like I said before, states, people perform in different cities who might have respect as an artist and get shit thrown at them.
I'm just saying, Pusha T, he got shit thrown at him, and he got ran off stage. Lil Flip came here, they performed Game Over all the way through. Now, you said Drake went to Philly and performed back to back, which is very true. He did. Now, one thing about Drake and Meek Mill, and I hope I'm not disrespecting anybody. Meek Mill, I don't need no problems. Like, don't come here. I'm sorry. But I personally feel like Meek Mill's status elevated when he went to jail. Now he's looked at as this uber talented rapper.
Disagree.
Okay.
Meek Mill always had his fan base.
Correct.
Him going to jail elevated his status, but I don't think it elevated from rap. I think it elevated him through the prison reform that he's trying to work for.
Okay, but my point is, all of it has helped his career to where now he appears to be this rapper that's close to the level of Drake, because Championships was one of the most hyped albums that came out towards the end of last year. On a scale of 1 through 10, I personally would give Championships a 7. 6.5, 7. And people talk about that album like he said, yeah, Pusha T had the whole bar thrown at him. But
it's all personal preference though too.
I mean, I like Meek Mill. He yells a little, but outside
not as much as he used to.
I thought he yelled a lot on Championships. But yeah, I just think that before, I think he was like at the status of T.I. Like when T.I. was younger, he's like, people was like, oh, Drake is the more popular artist, and T.I. was more popular than Lil Flip. It's just that, out of sight, out of mind. Mm-hmm. He was on Rice Street. He can hear that shit. He can hear that flip. Like, oh man, come on, man! I can't believe they sitting up here allowing this all my big
this
words.
Debauchery.
This debauchery, slew foot in this.
Is that even a thing?
I don't know.
Slew foot in this.
I can't believe they allowed this song to get inside of people's lexicon, and it's gonna marinate and implode and imply this music. My foot itch.
Bro, I was watching that beef video, and when he was doing his interview, he had the grill in, and he still said, he still managed to throw in flabbergasted. Bro, I was like,
he couldn't really say it. I remember that with that damn thing in his mouth. Yeah,
but he ain't never changed though.
He said he tried to be like me.
He always been the same person.
Oh, he's T.I. is as original as it comes.
But you know what though? I think it seems like Meek Mill was elevated more because he probably gained more of a fan base. Like his fan base probably grew with him being in jail and the publicity he got from being in jail and why he was locked up.
The
made
beef
people,
helped too. Yeah,
I don't know.
The beat, look,
because it's not helping people listen to him more.
I think it did.
I think that elevated Drake more.
No, Drake was already elevated. Think about it. Like if you are Drake is probably the most popular artist he's been the most popular artist for like the past 6-7 years.
Probably more. But
Probably more. Let's give him the decade because that's what I was thinking initially. So let's just say, give him the decade. He's been the most popular artist. That's a high, level to be on. So it's always scary for the person that's up here, that's up high. When somebody's poking the bear, do I respond or do I not respond? Because if I don't come with it, like I felt like that Duppy. When he made that, I felt like that was trash.
I don't even remember that one.
That was his initial.
One, right? No, his first one.
That was his first and only one to Pusha T. Like I felt like, because plenty of people have always came after Drake. Mm-hmm. So when people come after Drake, he never really says anything. Then all of a sudden, him and Meek Mill over whatever, Nicki or whatever, he wins, right? I mean, I think he was like, yeah, this shit feels good. I'm winning. That's why I think he was acting. And then when whatever happened between Kanye and Good Music and all that shit, he was like, let me make Duppy because I'm hot. He had some good bars in Duppy. I just wasn't vibing with it. It felt like a cocky motherfucker just trying to win even more.
No, he thought that because he did what he did to Meek Mill,
right,
that he had the lyrical ability to go at Pusha T. Now you have the fame and the status, which is the only reason it may seem to people that Drake came out on top.
Not in Duppy. I don't think nobody considers Drake a winner against Pusha T. Nobody. Won the war. For Duppy? No, that's for back to back. He won for back to back. That was against Meek Mill.
No, I ain't talking about like overall. I'm talking about Drake still came out on top between the beef with him and Pusha T.
How?
Because nobody's still talking about Pusha T in the same regard that they're talking about Drake.
That's because Pusha T didn't ride his momentum.
Bro, that shit came. It was like, damn, we can't believe story of Adidon. That shit was like devastating.
Bro.
Drake addressed it.
How did he address it?
On his album.
He also, look, that's not the first way he addressed it. The first way he addressed this motherfucker had to go on media Twitter? Outlets and discuss this shit. Anytime somebody make you come out your element and discuss something, you're fucked. Then he had to go. He went on some media outlet to talk about it first. Then he went on LeBron's show to talk about it.
Nobody care about that though. Ain't nobody looking at that shit.
Hey, all I'm saying is, if you're a true hip hop head, Pusha T
lyrically, track for track, diss track for diss track.
Okay,
we know Drake lost.
Yeah, because Pusha T made the greatest diss song of all time.
But in reality,
I think that Drake, very smartly, when he made his diss song, he was in album mode, quote unquote. I don't know what that album mode shit means. He does make he makes solid to good music. But my thing is, he made a pretty decent album. He had that Kiki shit was hot, that people loved it to death. It made you forget about the beef because Drake makes good crossover music. That's the only reason it looks like he came out on top. Think about it. If neither one of them came out with an album like they did, he did his diss song, Pusha did his diss song. If neither one came out with an album after that, Drake ass would be up in Canada just like, fuck, I don't know what to do. Stop crying, little boy. Like, your secret. So I'm telling you, he just made a good album that came, which was bullshit. Why did he name his album Scorpion? I never wanted to listen to that album because it was named Scorpion.
I don't know, but if you want to be honest about the situation, if a certain somebody, had a guy in between the two artists,
I don't want that heat. Then that nigga got power for real.
Apparently not as much as he thought he had. when he went to social media, because he violated every G code that you could violate.
Well, yeah. Well, at that time, he had a lot of power. He old, man. He don't understand how social media work.
But I'm just tired of, man. Alright, I understand you don't want beef to get to certain points, but you ain't even. It ain't even get there yet. Like, you just, cause he said something about your producer, and y'all thought he took it too far. Nigga, everything is fair in rap beef.
Everything is fair.
Everything is fair in beef.
Everything.
Especially if you're talking about battle rap. Well, not battle rap, but diss track to diss track. Everything is fair. Bro, when you growing up and you in school, you in middle school, probably not in elementary school unless you just the ass like that to everybody. But growing up in elementary school and high school, when you talking about each other, roasting, joning, whatever you want to call it, whatever you called it when you was growing up. When you in school,
right?
Shit talking 101, everything is fair game.
I took no prisoners.
Everything is fair game. You teach your kids your mama jokes growing up just so they know how to defend themselves when somebody talking about them in school.
It's funny because I was talking to my son, and I was telling him the reason why I was so good at trash talking was because I knew how to decipher what the hell is wrong with the person or whatever, and my jokes. But I also would take some of the things that a person would talk about me, like say about me. I would do the Eminem on 8 Mile. And that's what I was telling my kid. I would get that shit out before you even say it.
Yep. Well, I don't know, man. I guess he felt because I think everything stems back to Biggie and Pop. Nobody wants to see anything like that happen again.
Now, okay, then what I didn't like about Biggie and Pop, which is another beef, I do agree. Everything is on the table. Now, because, Tupac was like, first off, I fucked your wife.
What's going on, Ramsey?
What's up, brother?
Shout out Ramsey checking in.
So if Tupac really did fuck his wife, then it's fair game. But if Faith and everybody else is coming out saying that really didn't happen, and if it's any kind of doubt there, then it's like you can't exaggerate, to try to acquire the victory. Because me personally
disagree.
Really? So you can lie to win?
Bro, when have you ever said to somebody, your mama's so fat she jumped in the swimming pool and got stuck? Everybody know that shit ain't physically possible, but it's just showing like.
But those are not serious jokes. You saying that you fucked this man, girl.
So,
woo,
that's casting doubt on their relationship. That's something that's gonna fuck him up in the head.
And he damn sure did. He kicked in the door, brought in the 4-4. Remember that scene in the movie?
So
that big motherfucker was moving, boy.
Bruh, that's like if you got an issue with somebody, or if you got a rival. And you can do whatever you got to do to get into the other person's head and throw them off of their shit.
This shit's crazy.
Hey, man, do what you got to do.
You know what's funny? A sidebar real quick. So, I forgot the guy name that played Biggie in that movie. But I was auditioning for a movie. It was an independent film. Like, it was a good size film. And it was like the two twins on I don't know if they twins, not the two boys that was on Wild 'N Out. The one that make the rap music. Remember that they made that rap song and y'all was like y'all liked it. We was talking about it in the group chat.
It was like a parody.
Yeah, they got the braids. They be like when they mama whooped them, all that shit. Anyway. They was on there. They was auditioning, and the boy that played Biggie was auditioning. And I'm just sitting there like, why are they here? Like I'm just like, I would think like if you did a movie of that magnitude, you got an agent, they negotiating shit, so on and so forth.
But they still got an audition though.
No, not like I mean, yeah, but I'm thinking that you will be on bigger productions. I guess that was my point because at this time I was cutting my teeth, you know, trying to get shit to the level that was a decent level. I just thought I was amazed. I'm like sitting next to the boy that played Biggie. I was like, God damn, wow.
I don't know, man, because you gotta look at it like this. You coming off of portraying an actual person.
But he did really good.
Yeah, he did. But you have somebody to pull from. You have somebody with this major history and these videos, this larger than life persona to pull from.
Right.
As opposed to a fictional character that all you have are words on a paper describing how this person is.
Right.
Like you gotta tap. I'm thinking that you have to tap into something different. So you can't just say because you did well at this one thing, that you automatically get like some kind of advantage.
I was just
your next one.
I feel you. I was just shocked. That's all. I was just like, wow. Like he was nice too. He was real cool.
Like the dude that played Easy and Straight Out of Compton,
right?
Is the star? Well, was the star of the show? I don't know, some show he was a star of, and his manager, his agent, and the show just fired him.
Damn.
Everybody just fired him.
All right, so Ramsey said only the $20 million club don't audition. Shit, you ain't lying, because I was so. Maybe it was just maybe I lucked up because I did kind of get a hookup to get that audition. I didn't get the part, but I lucked up to get inside of a, you know, maybe a C-list celebrity type audition, I guess. I don't know. I was just amazed that I was in there with it was a lady too that was famous. I don't remember who she was, but I was in there with them.
That's what's up though. Yeah.
All right, so go ahead.
Got fired. Well, my point is, dude got fired for allegations of I don't want to say sexual misconduct, but a certain type of misconduct with one of the cast members. And it got to the point where she had to be like, look, when they filming scenes together, she had her husband come to the set with her. So
baby, watch this nigga.
It got to the point to where everybody fired him.
The Eazy-E guy.
Yeah.
Damn.
So just because you have momentum one day to the next don't mean it's always gonna be there. Like anything could have happened. He could have had like a jacked up attitude at previous auditions after the Biggie thing,
right?
And people was like, "Look, you know what? I don't know about him."
No questions. So, you're absolutely right.
Ain't no telling.
All right, so we talked about Drake and Meek Mill. Who you think won that beef? Obviously, we're gonna say Drake, right?
Yeah, I mean going off of the songs. He had better. He back to back was a better diss song than the diss track that Meek Mill put
out. Undertaker beat. Even the Undertaker was mad. The Undertaker said, "Meek Mill, you're gonna rest."
So now we started off talking about beef, but we're gonna go into the Rolling Stones top 10 beefs of all time.
Okay.
Like just to throw that in there. So we already talked about Drake and Meek Mill.
Don't kill us. It's the Rolling Stones top 10 of all time.
This is not ours. We're just talking about beef in general.
It's not fucking ours.
This list. Because our list, we be having so much stuff going on sometimes. I don't want to half-ass a lot of the stuff. I mean, a lot of stuff that we talk about. So we pull from lists that people have already done and just give our opinions on it. Now,
Drake,
to be fair, and mention what we talked about before we even started doing the podcast today. We both said that we didn't want to talk about the Roxanne Shante.
Right.
And real Roxanne.
Because I don't remember it. So I can't even talk about something I don't remember.
Right. And
I don't know NATO.
That wasn't my era either. But I did go back and watch the Beef 2 DVD.
Right.
And that was the very first beef that they referenced.
Okay.
And I think that beef in general is significant because it showed artists that when you have beef with another artist in that platform, it elevates you and it helps you sell records if you coming out on top.
True.
So, and to me it seems like she was the first female to have a rap beef with male artists.
Who, the Roxanne Shante? Or real Roxanne?
Roxanne Shante.
Okay.
And she said their names in the record. It wasn't no
subliminal
shit like dudes be doing today. And if you can come from a female going at dudes and saying names like KRS-One, LL Cool J, Run DMC,
that's pretty dope.
Like,
that's ballsy.
Right.
Yeah.
And killing it too. And then, well, let me tell you this. KRS-One came later in the beef. And he said like one line against her. And he was like, she ran up on him in a grocery store and was like,
I think I remember hearing that.
What did I ever do to you? I ain't never say your name. And he was like, all of that rah rap beef shit went out the window when she approached him. So if that can happen to somebody like him,
right?
I mean, I can see why it happens today. How people don't keep that same energy, because you can say one thing on the record, but as soon as that person that you're talking about is in front of your face, your whole demeanor probably changed. So you definitely got to make sure that you keep that same energy.
That's true. I mean, because, you know, like I was sitting here thinking when you was saying that, because like one of my favorite songs that T.I. made is called I'm Talking to You. I love that. He wrote the fuck out that beat. We know he talking about Lil Flip, but he never says his name. He said, I'm talking to you, sucker nigga. You can hate all you want to hate. I know you, whatever. So if he goes on to name, he cool with Ludacris. He cool with, you don't remember that song?
I remember the song.
But he names all these people who I had a problem with Chris, worked it out. I had a problem with this person. He started just naming all these people, and you know he's talking about Lil Flip, but he never says Lil Flip name.
I do believe he said his name in a previous diss song, though. Before that.
I've never heard T.I. use Lil Flip name. We just knew he was talking about him.
Not in that song.
Oh. All right, so Ramsey got some... Boogie Down Production versus Juice Crew.
Yeah, that one is on that list.
That's on the Rolling Stone list. LL Cool J versus Kool Moe Dee was a good beef to me. I mean, I personally thought LL won. LL is one of the most underrated battle rappers ever, because LL versus Cannabis. He made Cannabis go to the military.
Bro, you know the thing that I didn't like about that LL versus Cannabis?
What's that?
Is when they tried to squash the shit and they was on that same song together. Mm-hmm. And LL did his verse like pretty much dissing Cannabis. Like after he had
Yes, I do remember that. Yes.
And then like years later, the same shit happened with Ludacris and T.I. And then it happened again when Young Buck pulled that same shit with The Game, and it was The Game and somebody else, I believe it was.
I don't remember that one. I remember Stomp. I almost wrecked my car. I thought that song was I liked the song. I thought T.I. verse was super weak. But when I heard the explanation, T.I. says his name on that song, 99 Problems. Okay. Got me. I didn't shit. But when I heard T.I.'s explanation as to why he, made...
His verse was the way it was.
Well, yeah, I was like, okay, I respect that.
Ramsey said LL is 0-3.
0-3, you thought? So, okay.
Yeah, everybody know he ain't beat Cannabis.
I thought he did.
Everybody knows that he did beat Cannabis. Because that Can I Bust, that shit went hard.
Okay. Well,
Cannabis had what? What was the one good diss track that he had?
I don't remember. I know he was talking about that mic on his arm, and he was killing that part. I remember that. So, okay, Kool Moe Dee. So that means Ramsey think Kool Moe Dee won. I will say this. It's so funny. I was watching Nightmare on Elm Street, and the movie was going off, right? Mm-hmm. And I forgot which one it was, but they're using Kool Moe Dee's diss song to LL Cool J as a it was on the soundtrack, I guess. I was like, oh shit. And he was like fucking rocking LL like on the...
I had to check that one. I don't even remember that. I don't remember that song. I'm gonna have to check that one out.
So okay, Ramsey might got a valid point. I don't know. It may be a draw to me. I don't know. I still kind of got to lean towards LA. I will say that Kumo D album cover was hard as fuck though. I will say that when he had the Kango, I think he was getting ran over by the Jeep. I like that. I like that.
Well, all right. So Rolling Stones got they got. Oh, their top 10 was their first one was Gucci Mane versus Young Jeezy.
Gucci Mane versus Young Jeezy. Is this the real Gucci right here?
Yeah, let's see.
I think that historically, I think people will say that Jeezy came out on top. I think that
But then he get
Jeezy won the public battle, but I think Gucci won the actual war.
yeah. Jeezy, Gucci definitely won the war.
Just my opinion.
I mean, cause back then when they did have beef, I think that was more than rap. No.
That was way more than rap.
Yeah.
Shit, motherfuckers died.
So I don't know. It wasn't that interesting to me. Like the music part of it.
I did like So Icy though.
Yeah.
I like So Icy.
It wasn't bad. But I honestly didn't listen to Gucci Mane until it wasn't So Icy. It was way
That's
after
the
that.
song I'm talking about. What he talking
Mo
about?
D. Ramsey said Mo D, Let's Go. It's top 5 diss songs of all time. Just counting the L.
Rashad, you have to explain to us what you mean by why.
Yeah, cause I don't.
Unless he talking about what we
referring
just said about Jeezy and Young Jock. Damn shit.
Young Jeezy and Gucci. What? That it wasn't. It's a.
Oh, he must say he think that Gucci and Gucci Mane and
I don't know. The rap part of it wasn't interesting to me.
I didn't think it was either, because actually I thought that, I'm just gonna be honest, during that time frame I thought that Jeezy was a better rapper. I found it very hard to listen to Gucci Mane back then. He didn't sound as polished, and I wasn't that intrigued with him. But when it came to that real life shit, he was winning. He was winning.
Shit. Oh yeah, so that beat just wasn't interesting to me as far as diss tracks go. All right, Eminem versus The Source. Everybody knows.
Which is Benzino.
Benzino, yeah.
And without a shadow of a doubt, it was one of the most boring beats ever, because we know that Benzino lost, and it helped Benzino out. Benzino is known for three things.
His beef with Eminem, and what else?
The Source, his beef with Eminem, and the incident with Paul Pierce. That's it.
I don't even know nothing about him and Paul Pierce.
Allegedly, he was a part of where his crew stabbed Paul Pierce, and if he didn't have on his Averex jacket at the time, he would have died. Like,
I don't remember.
That's alleged. Don't y'all come down here, because I know Benzino live in Atlanta. Don't come this way.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
He said Benzino live in Atlanta. His neck live in South Carolina.
Dude, have you seen? Ooh. You know what, man? Look, I know I'm 40. I don't think I'm the most attractive guy in the world, but good God Almighty, man! Thank you, God, for letting me age semi-well. Like, God damn, like Benzino got to be probably what? Probably almost 50. He looks 85.
I don't know, man. All right, so they had Eminem versus The Source, and it was number 9.
Right.
But Eminem with a lot of people. Like, I don't really think he's had. The only person that said something about Eminem and Eminem never responded ever, Royce the 5'9".
Isn't that the battle rapper guy? Is he a battle rapper?
I don't know if he was a battle rapper,
but
that they were so close that when Royce and M fell out, because Royce fell out, he had an issue with D12. D12 and Royce was going at it, and then in the song that Royce the 5'9" did, he said something about that crazy ass white boy. Like, he took a shot at Eminem, but the fact that they fell out was, I guess, because they were so close. Like he never responded.
Well, I don't hold that against him.
I don't either.
And then number two, it's the same thing with Drake. You have to be careful if you respond, because if you poke that bear and then like if you poke the bear and the bear comes after you and then the bear loses, you're fucked. Like I was really surprised he went at what's the little Machine Gun Kelly.
I wasn't, because you think about it, his albums weren't doing that well.
Who, M?
Before that,
true. Kamikaze was great, which was after.
Yeah, but I think it took him to respond to that for him to release Kamikaze.
Yeah, I mean, it was an opportunity there. I see what you're saying. Like his star had definitely diminished, because I think that Eminem really didn't change with the time. It's like as time changed, he kept trying to go down that weird rap that had made him popular.
He still does it.
He still does it, but he's reeled it back in to.
I don't think that's what his downfall was.
What do you think fucked him up?
The Darth Vader theory. Again, everybody likes the bad guy in rap.
Okay.
When Eminem started trying to get clean and off of drugs, and he wasn't doing that crazy ass rap that he was doing that got him put on, wasn't nobody fucking with it.
Okay.
His core fan base wasn't like, I don't want to say his core fan base, but the pop fan base that he had.
So society's sick because we want to hear him talk about fucking his mother.
They want the shit that made. They wanted Slim Shady. They didn't want Marshall Mathers.
Oh shit!
So that's what I believe it was.
It's disgusting.
No. And now that he got back to, but now that he got back to not. He semi got back to where he was before.
Right.
Like you can't revert back to what got you on, because everybody has to grow. But I think he found an area that he can progress in.
It's like just like him and Jay-Z, Machine Gun Kelly won the battle lyrically speaking. Ooh. I will say I like Machine Gun Kelly's beat better.
The beat was dope.
I think when you break down the basic ABCs of hip hop, I felt like I don't think that Kill Shot was great.
I don't think either one of them were great.
Right. But I feel like because Eminem didn't come the way a lot of people think Eminem would normally come at people, I think that a lot of people feel that he lost. I felt like he won, but I know that Kill Shot was not his best.
No, lyrically, I think Eminem won, because if you go bar for bar between Kill Shot and what was the one that Eminem dropped?
Machine Gun Kelly, Rap Devil.
Yeah, Rap Devil. If you go between bar for bar, Kill Shot and Rap Devil, everything Eminem said in Kill Shot addressed everything that Machine Gun Kelly said on Rap Devil.
Correct.
And then Machine Gun Kelly goes to Breakfast Club and say, where are the facts? You didn't address anything. Obviously, you didn't listen to it, because he definitely addressed
everything that you said. Yeah, I agree with that,
and he did it in a clever way. Yeah, it was disappointing because our expectations was too high. Everybody was like, Eminem is going to like destroy this dude.
Correct.
But if you go back and look at it, who he actually had beef with prior to this, and listen to the songs, the diss tracks,
he ain't never really killed nobody. Yeah.
Like most of his beef was with pop artists. The one real beef that the one major beef that he had that was with another rap artist was with Murder Inc. The whole Murder Inc. shit. I think he had some shit with Be Real and Insane Clown Posse, but that was
horrible. It was like just little lines here and there. It wasn't like a whole song.
Yeah. So it's like everybody wanted Eminem to come at Machine Gun Kelly the way he might come at like a regular, like one of his regular songs.
Okay, so is it fair to say, historically, maybe Eminem is not the best commercial diss rapper?
Probably. I mean, because he made funny diss songs about other people. Mm-hmm. I mean, and he definitely has like some devastating bars. And
of
like,
course,
he does have some songs where he's just like his verses are ridiculous.
Yes.
But for a full song, I think people's expectations for what he was gonna deliver was way too high.
That's fair.
And that's our fault for putting him on a pedestal like that. I mean, everybody, hey, somebody gonna get taken down one of these days.
Yep.
You just don't expect it to be the people with.
Well, he damn sure beat the source.
Yeah, that's definitely true.
Fucking Benzino.
Yeah, but I did like Kill Shot better lyrically. I like Kill Shot better than
Rap Devil.
Sonically, I liked Rap Devil better than I liked Kill Shot.
Agreed. We both agree.
All right, who they got next?
All right.
Oh, 8. The Real Roxanne versus Roxanne Shante.
I can't really speak on it. I don't know much about it.
Like I said, I watched it. The Real Roxanne came like after Roxanne Shante when that like Kangol and KRS-One and and all of them, and then their response to her for, I think she did a song called Roxanne's Answer or something like that.
Okay.
And then they came, the guys who did what was the name of the song? I can't remember the name of the song itself, but the guys were talking about a fictional woman named Roxanne. So they got, I guess, the girl that was in the video, I'm assuming, they got her to do a reply to Roxanne Shante. So I don't really think that was even real beef, but they did go and say that Roxanne Shante ended up having beef with like other female rappers after that, and like in the list of other folks.
Gotcha.
Like, down the line, but I don't know.
Backtrack for a second. Ramsey actually makes a valid point. That may be true. I mean, we'll never know because we're not in his inner circle or whatever. But because every time somebody came after him and he went back at them full song, I've never just been like, oh man, he solely dominated them. That may be a fair statement right there. That's it could be valid.
Yeah, I mean, because nobody really wanted to test his. We know he came up doing battle rap.
Yep.
And he was good at that when he was in it. So maybe from that and his like the lyrical ability on his commercial songs are what,
which can scare people off.
Yeah, what deterred people from approaching him the wrong way like that.
Yeah.
So, I mean, hey, it all worked. All right, then they got number 7. They got Lil' Kim versus Foxy Brown. I don't even remember any diss songs from either one of them.
I mean, I know that they had tension amongst each other, but honestly, I don't remember any diss songs either. I know Lil' Kim and Nicki. Nicki won that, but I just think that she won that just solely off of Kim time came and gone. That's the only reason she won that. Now, if you ask me between those two, who I think the better rapper is Foxy Brown. I just always
lyrically,
yeah, I think so. And I like her delivery. Kim was just sexy. I mean, not now, but oh, sorry, God, I don't mean to talk about it later. But yeah, like Foxy was just, her delivery was great. I love that heavy New York accent with her. It wasn't deep, but it wasn't like feminine voice either. Like it's like you can see her battling men or women. It didn't matter. I thought Foxy was better. Kim was probably the better commercial rapper. Probably it was like the Jay-Z and Nas thing.
I liked them both. I just didn't pay too much attention to that beef, like at all. So I couldn't even debate like what songs they did together.
Right.
I mean, or did going towards each other. All right, so number 6 was one of Ramsey's
beefs.
Boogie Down Productions versus Juice Crew. Now this was before my time. So it says 1980. It was 1985. Times were simpler then. Hip hop was still a movement, and what's that? And small claims had big consequences. All right, so it was no small thing when Queens-based Juice Crew released The Bridge. Is that when? Kind of off topic, but is that the reason KRS-One made that track "The Bridge Is Over"?
Probably so.
All right. So it says, so it's no small thing when Queens-based Juice Crew released "The Bridge." Like, you love to hear the story again and again of how it all got started, way back when. And I'm assuming this is quotes from the actual song. Like, the moment is right in your face. Sit and listen for a while. Name and place. Like The Bridge, Queens Bridge. Years later, MC Shan would say he was talking about the creation of Juice Crew, but KRS-One, yeah, that's the same song. But KRS-One and his Bronx-born crew, Boogie Down Productions, understood the song to mean that hip-hop started there. I can see how that can be misconstrued. All right, so obviously KRS-One and his crew thought it was unacceptable. And then they got into it and says, kill the noise from Shan and on and on. Like, finally came Boogie Down, The Bridge Is Over. That's the one that I hear the most about.
What?
The Bridge Is Over. Like,
I can't look. I mean, I know that we did music, and I probably should know this stuff, but I'm sorry.
I mean, but that's, like, that's one of the reasons why it's good to kind of revisit
this is true. I
that,
should watch Beef.
That got us to where we are. I mean, if I didn't have, who was it that suggested that we do this topic? You can shout them out if you need to. I don't remember who it was, but somebody suggested that we do this topic.
Yeah,
and we appreciate them for that, because that means that they listen to the show.
Shout out to Aaron.
So, not every single beef is gonna be something that we know about.
I know good and damn well she don't know nothing about no Juice Crew versus Boogie Down. She's a baby.
Yeah, so Juice Crew, I wouldn't know the name, but KRS-One, I know.
Right, so I can only go with what I know. but you know, he's like he's amazing lyrically. I think I'm a fan of KRS-One
until he went at another example of you may have won the battle, but you didn't win the war. It was when KRS-One had beef with Nelly.
Oh, yeah.
So it was like, because Nelly went on to continue to sell millions.
I think, but it was another one of those kind of like Lil' Kim and Nicki Minaj type deal. Like, Nelly was in his prime. KRS-One, the sun hadn't kind of settled on him. He was, you know, everybody has an arc, and then the arc started going down. It just, especially in hip hop. So I mean, that generation, which was our generation, we wasn't really listening to KRS-One. He wasn't putting out music like that. So I mean, I do know that Nelly won, but it wasn't like it was like this great battle, like a Biggie and Pac, or where both people were in their prime, in my opinion.